It's all about house and home. Yeah, yeah. We care about improving lifestyle. It's all about the betterment for your life with house and home. Yeah, it's all about the betterment for your life with house and home.
Hello and thank you for joining us here on House and Home. I'm Theresa Miria.
And I'm Billie Jean Kumul.
We've got a great lineup, so without further ado, here's Cooking with House and Home.
That's right, with the beautiful Jyoti showing us how to prepare a pakora.
A pakora.
Pakora is an Indian-inspired dish. Enjoy.
Enjoy.
Good evening viewers and welcome to this cooking segment of House and Home. I'm your host Jyoti and tonight I'm going to teach you how to make a dish called pakora. Now pakora is a very popular dish had in India, in all parts of India. It is usually savored during the cold months and especially during monsoon. It is normally had with a cup of tea or coffee and enjoyed by all. So the ingredients list that pakora involves is very simple. It just consists of flour, besan flour or called chickpea flour. I have modified this recipe a little to suit Papua New Guinean taste. So I've introduced self-raising flour as well. So now I have with me self-raising flour, besan flour which is also called chickpea flour, cauliflower and onion. The good thing about besan flour, you can always ask your supermarket person if you have chickpea flour or besan flour. It is very healthy because it's made out of chickpea and so it's high in protein. So let's start. I'll start off with chopping my onion. Onion is done and I put it in a bowl. Now I get to my cauliflower. Again, I chop my cauliflower into small pieces. Now to this mixture of cauliflower and onion, I will add chickpea flour. Right, and let's add our self-raising flour. The good thing about self-raising flour is it helps the pakoras become fluffy and soft. So that's 3, 4 and 5. So today I put them in equal ratio. Some salt to taste. And now I'll mix this with a bit of water. Make sure it's not, the consistency is good. It shouldn't be too watery, just right. A little more water and that's it. Now that my mixture is ready, I'm going to start with frying them. So I've put my frying pan on the stove and I'm pouring oil. You can choose to make this not so deep fried, so I've not put in too much oil in it, as you can see. So now we'll wait for the oil to get hot and then we'll put our dough, our mixture, into the hot oil and let it fry on both sides. My pan looks like it's hot now, so I'm going to start putting spoonfuls of this mixture into the pan. You don't want to overcrowd the pan, so I've just put 5 so far. You can see now that it's starting to get brown. When it starts getting brown on one side, you turn it over and put it on the other side. It's a relatively fast dish and doesn't take much time to cook. And there you have it, it's almost done. So I'm going to lift these up, try and get as much oil as I can outside. Let it drip. And here we are. And there you have it, folks. Some light pakoras, perfect for your tea time snack.
What a great way to start off the show, very simple and affordable. You can enjoy and prepare this dish anytime at home with friends and family.
True, Teresa. We take a short break, and on the other side, we join Leon Gawi on Shopping with Brian Bell.
All about the better man for your life with Haus.
If you're thinking of buying something special for your loved ones, Brian Bell is the place to go for all your gift ideas.
Yes, indeed. On Shopping with Brian Bell, we take a look at the giftware section.
Hello and welcome to Shopping with Brian Bell. I'm Leon Gawi. When I say giftware, what do you think of? Here at Brian Bell, we believe that giftware covers a range of products, indoor and outdoor decor, presents, and many colorful bits and pieces. In this segment, I'll show you the different products available here at the giftware section in Brian Bell. So let's not delay, let's get straight into it. Of course, we sell a range of Papua New Guinean gifts. This section of the department is dedicated to products with a strong Papua New Guinean flavor. Quality products that remind you of home for some, a destination like nothing you've experienced. We have these are beautiful placemats and coasters that will last a generation. They come in different styles, the exotic birds also featuring our bird of paradise. We have very popular copper beaten frames that symbolize PNG. They are very popular as presents or as artwork for the office or home. We've got all the provincial flags so you can represent your province, and of course the national flag and other flags for a bit of variety. Tea towels with cool traditional designs and a small selection of artifacts close out what I call the PNG gifts section. We're now in the month of August and our Independence Day is just around the corner. We have provincial and Papua New Guinean flags that are absolutely perfect for you. Come on in, check it out and pick it up and beat the mad rush before everybody else rushes to get their flag to celebrate Independence Day. Our giftware department has homely gifts for both the indoor and outdoor scenario. Of course, that all depends on the type of place that you live in. If you have a big backyard, then it'll be different, your needs will be different to someone that lives in an apartment or a shared accommodation. Let's take a look at these. Statues or ornaments, if you will, like this one to spice up your balcony or garden bed. All different styles that provide a unique touch to your living space. A variety of vases in all shapes, sizes and colors, ready for whatever purpose you assign to them. Our giftware department has been around for a long time now, and you have visited it in your visits here to shop at Brian Bell. But to say that you know all the products in this department would be a lie. An example of that is our splosh range of goods. Our Splosh range of products are bright and vibrant in color and have it as their core belief that people need positive affirmations every day. They have based the Splosh range on that notion alone, that people need to be reminded on a daily basis about what is important in their life, what they are grateful for, and why they do what they do. These are the driving forces and emotions that guide our behaviors, and I think Splosh have done a great job. The Splosh range is thoughtful in that the products in it are items that are practical and used regularly, hence making an impression on your normal routine without being too in the way. The Splosh range consists of cushions with words like happiness and family. You'll be feeling grateful the first thing in the morning and the last thing at night. And tea towels with words like smile. The word gift is closely associated with birthdays. Not only exclusive to that, but during wedding times, a lot of gifts are given. And given that the wedding industry is getting bigger in PNG, where do you go if you're looking for that card that 10 other people haven't already got for the couple? Or that special, unique gift that'll make the couple remember you every time they see it in the new home? The keepsake box, perfect for keeping all your wedding knickknacks so that after the festivities, you don't have to go looking for small but important things you value. Frames, frames and more frames. These are just some of the knickknacks you'll find here at Brian Bell that you won't find anywhere else. The last product that I would like to showcase is our LED candles. As the name suggests, these candles operate on battery. Now the reason why I chose this product, and the reason why this product is ideal for you, is because there's many blackouts. And when you're using candles from the open flame, it can cause fires, which can end up damaging your home and also hurting your loved ones. This LED candle operates on batteries and has no flames whatsoever. Because it's an LED light, it's designed to consume the least amount of energy. It's safe to say that this light is economical with power consumption. So whether you're looking for positive affirmations or that next gift for that wedding or birthday party you have to attend, Brian Bell Giftware is the right place for you to shop. Come on in, check it out and pick out something for yourself. And always remember, great prices, great products and great after-sales service. That's Brian Bell. Until the next time, goodbye and God bless.
The Giftware section at Brian Bell Home Center is the place to go. That's where you find everything you need for all your amazing gift surprises.
And yes, Independence Day is in the next month, so be sure to make time available to check out Brian Bell's Giftware section. Coming up after the break, we have for you another DIY project on home habits, so stay watching.
In today's world, technology is advancing so rapidly that not every single person can keep up with the pace.
That is the reason why certain people have stepped in to help by giving updates and reviews for certain devices so that all users are fully equipped. Let's take a look at Tech People for more details.
Hey guys, I'm Godfrey and welcome to Tech People, a new segment focused on the weird and interesting world of technology. We'll be giving you the latest news and reviews of today's technology from huge companies like Apple, Sony, and Samsung. We'll also be teaching how to protect yourself from cybercrime, and you'll also be watching new game releases before they even hit the shelves. And you'll even learn about electronics recycling too. Now, for this week's episode, I'd like to touch on the subject of augmented reality, which is basically when we use technology to place computer-generated images into someone's view of the real world. It's basically a mashup of computer-generated and real life. This technology can be found in most smartphones today, depending on how applications have used it. Now, I'm bringing this up because I'd like to show you guys a worldwide phenomenon. Pokemon Go. This is our first look. Pokemon Go is a mobile game that basically allows people to find and capture Pokemon in real life. Now, how it does this is actually really cool. It uses satellite technology to place real-world maps into the game and then places Pokemon as well as other useful locations within it to help players on their journey. Now, in order to understand the basic point of the game, we have to take a look at the Pokemon video games that have been released in the past. Now, the main role-playing games that have been released since the 90s follow the same formula. You're a kid who's about to start your very own adventure in a world that's fully inhabited by creatures known as Pokemon. Now, to get into the whole mechanics of a single game would be way too complex. So I'll just shorten it. Basically, Pokemon are creatures that act as sort of companions to humans. You can battle them, collect them, or battle other trainers' Pokemon and basically care for them. Now back to the real world. Pokemon Go basically allows normal, everyday people with smartphones to become the protagonists of their own Pokemon game. It works on the main idea of augmented reality. Using your smartphone's camera as well as its GPS, it places virtual Pokemon in the environment for your camera to detect and then capture. I mean, it's really, really amazing and fun. This is the beauty and the genius of Pokemon Go. This means that in order to find the best Pokemon at a given location, players must actually go outside and look for it themselves, using the GPSs and cameras. Now, the journey takes place within the real world. The game feels pretty much like its console predecessors. I mean, it plays very much like them. You've got your character exploring the world from a top-down view, and you've got your random Pokemon encounters. You also have your bag full of items and, of course, a Pokédex. And for anyone who's played the original games, it'll feel really familiar. But it's also simple enough for new players to get the hang of. Although, throwing that Pokeball is going to take some practice to perfect. So far, with my experience, the game's been really, really awesome. The mechanics are really smart and they work well with the real-world application. The augmented reality is actually pretty accurate. When you encounter Pokemon, they appear on logical surfaces. Well, most of the time. One negative thing that I can say about the game is that it eats a lot of power. But that's expected, as it requires constant and fast mobile data, as well as constant GPS usage. So make sure you've got megabytes on you when you play, and a power bank wouldn't be a bad idea as well. Another very real problem, especially in Port Moresby, is the security risks involved in playing the game. And I don't mean cybersecurity, I mean real-life security. This game demands you to go out into the streets of Palm and practically wave thousands of kino worth of hardware for anyone to see. Please, when playing, be aware of your surroundings. I mean, there's even a disclaimer at the start of the game telling you to be careful. So there we have it. That's my first look at Pokemon Go. And from what I've seen so far, I can understand how this game is taking over the world. It's really addictive. I mean, it takes the obsessiveness and the role-playing elements from the original games and it blends them into the real world, creating a fresh and immersive experience. The game is available on respected app stores, but only in selected regions. So if you want to download it, you're going to have to set your app store regions to Australia. So on my end, Pokemon Go is definitely a go.
The mind is mostly known to be the battlefield. Whatever you absorb mentally will show in every aspect of your character.
Just to add on, Theresa, it is always important that we keep the mind healthy and always at a good state. The issue Dr. Ambi will be addressing is common here and in other parts of the world. Here's Healthy Minds.
This is Healthy Mind with Dr. Ambi, proudly brought to you by Telecom PNG Limited.
Welcome to Healthy Mind. Well, viewers, I've got a very interesting topic for every one of us to learn and get to know some bit of knowledge so that we can make our country number one straight. What is that topic? It's all about adult cult group. We have to talk about adult cult group because this cult group exists in many parts of the world, and also it exists in a different way, with a different thinking and different way they mobilize and the movement starts. We have seen it in Sudan and we have seen it in Kenya. There are many other areas, but let's come back to Papua New Guinea so Yumi can understand him little more yet. This is all about a bizarre social movement. What is that? But we know something, that the cult exists. It has existed even long ago. Even I have read Professor Burton Bradley, who is a psychiatrist and an anthropologist, and talk plenty of this kind of topic, which has been existing many years, even before even I was born. Well, cult are led by a charismatic leader. usually you have to have a strong pla head, yeah. Now em by holding this like kind thing by come up long em by holding all get a man lo follow him em tasol. So they are called charismatic leader. A man em can make him all believe him all narapla man lo follow him em. So often these kind of charismatic or cult group leaders, they themselves are out of control. And mostly they are very inappropriate, all making sense lo yumi. And they come out with very unethical values and also offering or propagating more to telling the group of people that they will guide them, they will bring them, they will get those. Basically, they pick on the people who are troubled, who are poverty, who have got no way of asking help, or this la kind soreya na this la kind or mangia by harim this la kind na or gaman him through now follow him with the unethical things which they want to guide. Basically, the charismatic group or the cult leader has got his own intention, his own fantasy and his own dream, and by brewing yumi all get gola hap. Now acceptance into the cult. So how now you be acceptant into the cult? It usually depends on the complete adoption. You have to be there to say, oh yeah, me stop one time yupla. So you will see you have to get into the leader's belief system, and also you will allow the person, the individual, to taking or changing their behavior. Time you harim now thinking blow you by change, thinking blow you by thinking money I'm talk penis now you me must follow him, and by give him house, and by give him cargo, and by give him this la kind. So by you look him also all the cult members who are following this cult leader will have to renounce their family because they are changing from inside. Now you who sat, you one em hap now you stop, one em culture you stop, you have to throw go all geta, there isn't renew. But you see in God you see good. In this I don't want to explain anything. I am sure every one of you will understand what I'm talking about. So cult members are strongly certified or controlled by a forced belief, and they all of the followers have to leave their family, renounce what they know, renounce their values, renounce their relationships, all got something the senses. Now only got osembanpla Robert all by talk, yes, no, only no got narapla way because I'm joining all penis law this la kind cult. So well, when you come out and when we find out that cult has got this kind of issues, the followers need treatment because they become very sick, and they can become traumatic. They can become post-traumatic stress disorder, depression and other mental health issues. Can come up all this la kind mangi na you must help him all lo come out hurry up, because you saw penis or same cult easy because the leader will actually, what does he do? End of the day, drastic alteration of the value of the whole thing. What you have in your mind, he's changing. He's redirecting, drastic direction to a different value, different thinking, different idea, different ideology altogether. Then what he does, how he does it further, redirection to your cognitive. When your brain by change, your thinking will change. You have to say yes sir to everything. Number 3, you have the person will be narrowing and blunting. So when you look at these people, they have become very sad. They don't smile. They feel they are not themselves at all. The happiness what you had is not there anymore, and we will feel there is a regression. They all get all pigininia, pusati goal all hormania goal or this la cult, all become very regress, and they become like childlike. They talk like a child, they act like a child, because everything is the cult leader. And they also can impact on your physical change. Easy physical changes can happen. You can kiss him sick, nutrition deficiency, or lifestyle diseases, or kind disease can come out. And there can be also clear-cut psychopathology or psychopathological changes, like also hearing voices, like hallucination, false fixed belief, and also obsessive thoughts, and also delusional thinking. All get something low mental symptom can come up. These guys need also, because some of these group, when things don't happen, they they can also commit suicide, they can also go into various form of other issues. This particular segment, we are talking about that cult group exist, and we are talking about the charismatic leader, who they are, or prophet, who they are, what's their character. You need to know there are educated people also do these kind of things in village setting. So are we doing negative? Are we doing evil? Are we doing what are we doing is the very important in our mind. So what are we going to do is early diagnosis is very important, because if not, a group of people can be led to huge disasters in their life. Okay, so what I have to say that if you don't plan and if you don't play a good role as a human being to look into your each and every villages where you come from, think, is there any cult group? Is there any bizarre movements happening? Is there any unusual things are happening? So what viewers, what can I say here? It can all lead to hazard. It can all lead to death. It can lead to a not good society. So well viewers, what I want to tell you something. On the next segment we will talk about cult group, that is cargo cult group, and I'm sure it's a good interesting topic, and I want you all to learn more and learn from us also more, and look after your own villages and your country. Putting Papa God first in all life below you means straight. Now pray about it. Until next time, take care and God bless you all. Bye bye now.
Healthy Mind was proudly brought to you by Telecom PNG Limited.
It's all about the better plan for your life with health.
A beautiful home that is in complete order is the first impression that falls on a visitor when he or she steps into your home.
That is so true, Teresa. Now we'll take a look at home habits for another DIY project. Enjoy!
Hi and welcome to Home Habits for another creative and crafty DIY project. I know we've been doing a lot of sewing, but this time around I'm going to teach you how to make a flower vase. Something like this. It's beautiful, isn't it? Pretty. So what you will need for this project, you will need an empty bottle like this. You will need some glue or tiny safety pins. It's optional. You can either use your glue or the pins. Now I have my tape measure here. I have some laces. You can see it's white and pink, but obviously I chose pink. It's beautiful. And I have my fabric here, some fabric, and not forgetting my beautiful flowers. These are not, obviously they're not real flowers, they're just artificial flowers. So let's begin. The first step is to place the bottle in front of you. As you can see, the bottle right here in front of me is very clean, very clear. It's without a label. Here's a tip. If you want to remove a label of a bottle like this, you know, it's sometimes very hard to remove. So what you do is fill the bottle up right to the brim, fill it up with water and place it in a dish or a pot full of water as well. So that, and let it stay till as long as you want, for like an hour, or it can stay the whole day. This will make it easier for you to remove the label. And that is exactly what I did. So it gave me something like this, a beautiful, clean bottle. So the next step is to apply your fabric. As you can see, I've already done this piece. I've joined two pieces together. I've actually sewn it. So you can also hand sew if you want to, but I actually used a sewing machine. So this is how it's gonna look like. Your lace is gonna look like this on your fabric. So what you do is wrap your bottle around with the fabric to together with the lace. Together with the lace. This is what you do. And the next thing you do is you either use your tiny safety pins or your glue. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my glue to stick this together. It's a very easy to make project. Trust me, you can do this in 3 to 4 minutes or 5. I should say 5. Yep. I spent actually less than 10 kina to get all this. So you can use pieces of fabric. If your mom is sewing, you can use pieces of fabric and be creative. Always be creative. And the last thing you do is you apply your beautiful flowers. You can either use real flowers or artificial flowers. You can buy them at your shops. I bought this for like $2.50. It's worth it. Place them in the bottle and there you have it. A beautiful flower vase. Using your fabric, your laces, plus your artificial flowers, and of course, the bottle. And there you go, you can get creative anytime at home, recycling old things into beautiful things such as this. So don't forget to keep an eye out for more DIY projects on home habits with Haus and Home. Goodbye.
Wow, Theresa, that was lovely. Thank you for the DIY idea.
There's always a movie that captures one's attention. You have fairy tales and...
Oh, I love fairy tale movies. Hey! Haus Movie is a new segment here on Haus and Home, giving reviews on some of the best-selling movies that you and your family can choose to enjoy watching at home. Have a look.
Movies are a time for families to get together, watch TV, and get lost in another world. Still, we're always confused about what movie to watch on the weekend with the family. Well, worry no more, because we're going to recommend to you a wonderful movie every week that your family can sit together and watch. This is Haus Movie. And today, we're going to review the 1987 action comedy fantasy adventure classic, The Princess Bride. The Princess Bride follows the tale of a farmhand named Wesley and his journey to rescue the love of his life, Princess Buttercup, from marrying the evil Prince Humperdinck. Based on William Goldman's 1973 novel of the same name, director-writer Rob Reiner brought a storybook narrative to life with then relatively unknown stars Robin Wright and Carrie Elwes. Now, our movie begins with a young boy sick in bed who's visited by his grandfather, who decides to read him a story about a fictional kingdom far, far away. Our main characters are Wesley, who's a simple, hardworking and obedient farmhand, and Buttercup, a beautiful young girl from the kingdom of Florin. The two fall madly in love with each other and plan on spending the rest of their lives together. However, this plan is halted when Wesley leaves on a ship, promising to come back, but is then subsequently attacked by pirates and is seemingly killed. After receiving news of this, Buttercup promises never to love again. We then jump ahead 4 years to see that, shock, Buttercup has become Princess Buttercup, is engaged to marry the Prince of Florin, Humperdinck. What follows next is a tale of intrigue, fantasy, true love, politics, and much, much more. That's the thing I love about this movie. It's got something for everyone. At its heart, it's a simple love story about two souls who just want nothing more than to be together. Throughout the movie, they'll be the ones you'll be rooting for, and they're perfect for each other. Even if you're not into romance, it's just wonderful watching these two go from simple love interest to heartfelt romance. But how this love story is told incorporates many other genres and side plots. For the action lovers, it's got incredibly entertaining sword fights, hilarious fist fights, and monsters, and amazing feats of strength. It's got a pretty rich revenge story that also comes to a satisfying end that will leave the name Inigo Montoya glued to your lips. And for the fantasy lovers, it's pretty much the original classic fairy tale and a damsel in distress formula. It started it all. It's got giants and screaming eels and, of course, rodents of unusual size. It even takes place in the fantasy kingdom, which has a pretty rich political backstory that's simplified on screen. The movie also mends these political aspects into the plot and is the reason why some of the key things in the movie get started. But my absolute favorite writing element of this movie has to come from its comedy. I think this film is just absolutely hilarious. It plays on classic fairy tale tropes and is bolstered by comedic talents like Billy Crystal and Carol Kane, as well as Wallace Shawn. It brings me to the side characters of the film, all of which are wonderfully written and acted out on screen. Each one of them is memorable, from the lovable and misunderstood giant to the hot-blooded Spaniard out for revenge. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die! The characters are as diverse and enjoyable as the writing. Another thing I'd like to talk about is how intelligent the movie is, and self-aware it seems. It pokes fun at itself and flips around certain tropes. It's another reason why I just absolutely love this movie. And all of these elements are combined beautifully thanks to director-writer Rob Reiner, who's known for blending drama and comedy excellently well into his scripts. Now, with that in mind, this movie is just absolute fun from start to finish. It's a timeless classic that's garnered a massive cult following. It's one of my all-time favorite movies and has something for everyone. Whether you're 15 or 50, you'll have an awesome time with this movie.
The Princess Bride, awesome movie. Thanks Godfrey, you made it even more interesting and I'm sure our viewers have enjoyed it. Billie Jean, I believe we've come to the end of our show, right?
Yes, so we have come to the end of our show. For any comments or questions on any of our features on this episode, contact the Haus and Home team on the email address showing on your screen.
You can also get in touch with us through our Haus and Home Facebook page, and to view this episode again, please visit EMTV Online. So be sure to join us next time for more lifestyle and household tips and stories.
Thank you for joining us here in Haus and Home. It's goodbye for now.
Goodbye.
It's all about the better man for your life with Haus and Home.